Hey, what's up, guys? In this video, I want to talk to you about why I feel that social media is destroying relationships and destroying dating, especially for men. It goes both ways, but in my experience and what I'm seeing, it's worse off for the men. The women can always find some sucker that'll be with them and take care of them, but unfortunately for the men, no matter how good a quality man they are, they can be left with no one or end up having to choose women who are way, way below him in the rankings of men and women. So, the main reason I think that social media has caused this great damage to relationships and dating is because in the past, before internet was a regular thing, generally people were dating people that they met through their everyday interactions, just through living. These are the people that they dated. So people in their community, people in their school, people who they met through their church, through their family, through friends, etc. When the internet came and changed all that, it turned it into something that is completely different. Whereas now, any woman in any little town, any city, anywhere in the world, can put some pictures of her, provocative pictures of her, online, showing some skin, and within a matter of hours, she will have dozens of desperate sucker men from all different parts of the world throwing themselves at her, offering themselves to her, even offering her money. So that's the main problem right there. And what has happened as a result of that is that women who in the past knew their place in the hierarchy, in the rankings of their same sex. For example, a woman who in the past was a 2 or a 3. She could have been a great person on the inside, very caring and generous, but unfortunately, physical appearance is the number one criteria to determine where you rank in attractiveness to the opposite sex. She's not the prettiest girl, or she happens to be overweight. She, in the past, knew her place and would date and have expectations accordingly. Whereas now, because of what I just mentioned, that same girl, who was only a 2 or a 3 still, now believes that she deserves much better than a 2 or a 3 male counterpart. She wants a fucking 7 or 8. She wants a rich guy. She wants a real good looking guy. And it's because of the internet. It's because of social media. It is fucking things up. And it's getting worse and worse every year. It's getting worse. So, even for those who are already in relationships, I feel like in the past, people were not so casual and easy to walk away from a relationship, even if they weren't married. You could just be with someone. You're with them for a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever. You were much more willing in the past to work it out and to sacrifice as needed to keep and maintain this relationship that you put so much time and effort into. Whereas now, because of social media, I feel like people are just walking away from relationships, even marriages, like this, like nothing. Because they know in the back of their mind, I can just take some pictures of myself, show some skin, put it on the internet, and boom, I'll have the attention of all of these suckers. I'll be able to get money from them. I'll be able to get whatever it is that I need. And I don't see any solution to this. I feel like it's getting worse and worse. Everything now has become so cheapened. Everything. There are girls who make a living, who feed themselves off of charging people money to show themselves naked, to do videos or pictures of their ass, whatever. And this is not a good thing. This is definitely not a good thing. I see the effects of this in society in general. The relationship and the dynamic and the balance between men and women is all fucked up now. It's all fucked up. It's all changed. There's a reason why we have such a high divorce rate. Just imagine that half of every marriage fails. That in itself is a shocking statistic. Half, it's a 50-50 chance. You just flip a coin and those are my chances of staying married. That's crazy. The amount of divorced people out there right now, or those that have been married multiple times, is crazy. For me to hear a man tell me I'm on my third or fourth wife, that's fucking nuts. Because in my mind, in my heart, in my beliefs, there's only one. I have one wife. And that's it. There can never be another. This is until I die. She's my wife. So overall, in general, I've spoken about this before. There are a lot of positive things that have come with technological advances, specifically the internet. But this one thing is really causing great, great damage to our society in general. And the worst person in this whole entire picture that I'm painting, the worst one to be is an honest, hardworking male who just wants a good wife to marry, to have children with, and to raise his family with. He's the one who's at the bottom of the fucking totem pole here. He's getting the worst end of this whole entire fucking deal. And those girls who think that they're doing something good for themselves by getting all these men to drool over them, they're also fucking themselves, but in a different way. In the sense that they don't realize that it's only for a small, limited amount of time. There's a small window of time in every person's life where they can use their looks only to benefit in that way. But once that window closes, now these women have to face a very hard reality. That they're middle-aged, they don't look anywhere at all like they did in their prime, and now nobody wants them. Nobody would even give them the chance to have a relationship with, because they're used up. And they've been acting like sluts and whores for the last decade or more. And they slept around with everybody. And now those same guys who years ago, the good guys, the hardworking guys who wanted the right thing and having a family, who wanted them in the past for dating, those same guys now don't want you anymore. You're used up. They don't want you. And those women don't understand and they wonder why. What's happening? And in the end, nobody wins. Everybody loses. The men lose and the women lose. And unfortunately, the ones that really suffer the most as a result of all of this bullshit are the children. Because children are often created along the process of dating and sleeping around and relationships, and they're the ones who suffer the most. Because they have a bunch of weak-ass men and a bunch of slutty-ass women, and none of them know what the fuck to do with a child. None of them know how to raise a child because, morally speaking, they're fucking bankrupt. They're bankrupt. They don't know what the fuck it is. And so I really feel bad for those of you out there, men especially. I feel like for the women, if you're really genuine and looking for a relationship and a good person, you can find it out there. But for the men out there who are looking for the same, it is so difficult to find. Don't give up is my best advice to you guys. A lot of people, as a result of all this, they become, what they call MGTOW. And they just basically say, fuck women. We're just going to use them for sex. Never even want that kind of relationship or commitment with any of them. And basically, you're just giving up on them. I don't think that's the right answer either. Because there still are some good women out there. You just got to look very, very hard to find them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please share your comments. I'll talk to you next time. Thanks.